Okay, building this decking. I'm not going to lie to you. It is going to kind of be make it up as I go along. So what I think I'm going to do is get the frame built, because that's not really the hard part. I've put these stones here, bedded down on some sand, some building sand. So they're obviously going to support the decking. And I've put them at a height so the decking boards are going to finish flush with this. And if I need to do any slight tweaks, I've just got some plastic packers which I can just shove underneath. This big one here, which I've bedded down as well, that's literally just to drop a leg down. Once I've built the frame and I'm happy with where it is, there's certain places where I'm just going to drop some legs down onto these big stones, just because this is like the high traffic area that we're going to be using quite a lot. A lot of the strength and support is going to be building off of this barrel. Again, here we've got a nice big solid stone here, which again a leg's going to come down onto. So this corner's supported, that corner's supported. The length that we're doing all the way down there is fully supported. It's mostly just, yeah, this area, but I'm pretty happy with what I've done so far. So yeah, I think I'll just throw a little time lapse on me building the frame, and it's down to putting the decking down and scribing it into the old slab. That's the thing that I'm most looking forward to. It's also the hardest part, but that's what makes it fun, eh? You gonna help me today? Alright, see you in a bit. Out the way. Oh boy. Tape measure. Something I haven't brought more of. Screws. This could be interesting. I actually might be able to scrape some sort of screw selection. Inside. Stay. Find it. Oh, he's fucking found it already. Hey, buddy. Close enough. Let's do 3.8 and then I can cut an angle on it. 3.8.
Okay, we've just had the phone call to say that there's a baby on the way. So in the middle of doing this decking, I have to leave it, and yeah, this is us heading down south. Whoa. Yeah, we have news.
Baby's here.
Well, this is my storage container, everyone. Yeah, this is my crap. Right guys, it is time to finish this decking. However, as you can probably see, I'm not feeling the greatest. I have some sort of allergies. It crops up every now and then. And yeah, I am just sneezing constantly. I want to sneeze right now. I can feel it in my nose. But yeah, I'm going to crack on with this. I'm going to film as much as possible, and probably voiceover cam is probably going to talk for the remainder of this video. Oh. Boys have just been fed. They're going to get out of my way now, and I'm going to start getting some of these boards down. But the first thing I'm going to do is just make a little bit of a change. So yeah, what I want to do is move this back about 40 mil, and that's purely because I didn't like how this was going to end. The way that I did it, the board was going to come over here, and where we've got a step here, I was possibly going to stop it there, but then it carried on going. I didn't see a nice way of it finishing. But what I think I want to do, if you can just see this like lip here, it kind of works out really nice the way that you kind of do decking. Obviously the board would be on here, and then this one would actually sit over the top and maybe overhang ever so slightly. This is obviously to stop any rainwater going down the back, and obviously it gives a nicer step of a tread like you would have in a house. And that's kind of what we've got here, so I think I just want to mirror that. And which means this has to go back about 40 mil. Okay, I think we're at the point where I can start putting some boards on. So, as you probably saw, just did some pickups like that one, and that one there. And then I've also put some feet going down onto our big slabs here and here. And then I've just filled it with rocks. I just feel like that's going to help stop it moving around too much, because obviously it's not, over on this side, it's not drilled into anything, it's just resting. So yeah, I just thought I'd fill it with rocks a little bit. I think I can start putting some boards down, and I'm going to start with the one right across the front here, and then I can start with my first board going on top. Okay, how are we going to do this? Right. Oh, I need to go get my knee pad. As you can see, we scribed it around the barrel. I've also left a gap, like a roughly about 3mm gap, away from the barrel and the decking, just to obviously allow for any expansion. And what I did was make a template for this area. Just couldn't get my pencil underneath it. It was a little bit more tricky. And if you're looking at that broken bit there, that's what that is there. And I'm going to glue that back on. But yeah, I am just sort of fine tuning this now. Yeah, so as I can see, it's touching here. And so I just need to take out the back of this. Yeah, it actually dips back down around here. So yeah, if I take that out, looks like we might need a little bit more out of here. But I'll fine tune that once I get to it. And as you can see, obviously, it still needs to come this way. That's fine. And then yeah, just leaving a 5mm gap in between each board. Yeah, it's going well. I just have a nose, like a tap, and it's not stopping. Don't know what it is that I have, but every now and then I just get triggered by something. Hopefully I should be able to get past the door today, but we'll see. After this board, it's actually a little bit easier because I don't need to scribe anything that end, so I can keep them long, do all of these scribes along here, and then just cut all the excess off afterwards. Okay, it's going good. And I'll scribe around there. Got to do a little piece there. That'll be a fun one. So yeah, now this next one, I can just sort of measure it all the way to the motorhome. And then just slowly start bringing my scribe into here. And then cut off any excess. So the way that I'm doing this one is just marking some reference points. This is the same width as the board, and so I've just been eyeing it here to where obviously it needs to be scribed to, and then just various places, marking it all the way along, and I'll join it all up. And I'm also not allowing for the 5mm gap because that's how I'll creep in onto this. Yeah, so hopefully this one's going to work. Okay, I know it's not going to be perfect straight away, that's fine. But please be close. Cool. I'm happy with that. Yeah, I'm happy with that. That doesn't look like I've messed up too badly. I've got an undercut a lot, I think. I think if I do that first, I'll be better off. So what I meant by undercut is basically removing, where did the tree come from? Yeah, all of this part so it doesn't interfere with anything. Bloody hell. Ain't too bad straight off the bat. Don't know if this should have been almost scribed around that. Fuck you, cat. Cool. But it's not too bad. I would have liked to have got something here, but I also think it would have been very, very brittle. Like, that's only maybe 2 or 3 millimeters above the surface, and it still needs to be screwed down. So, like, yeah, just unfortunately, that's just gonna have to be what it is. Okay, well, this is where I got to today. That board, sadly, it's enough cut, it's just a bit too short, so I just screwed it down just so we have a nice walkway in. And as I was saying, all of these, the very first one is the 50mm overhang, so I'm governed by that. At the end, I'll come off, mark 50mm, run a line all the way through, and just cut off all of this excess timber in a nice straight line. Yeah, I am pretty happy with it. I've marked, obviously, the concrete just from the jigsaw as I've been scribing around, so hopefully that will fade with a bit of wear and tear over time. Let's go and look at it from down here. Not too bad. Obviously, this is where we're going to be putting some big stones for some steps. I'm not too sure about all these stones here. I might have to take that big one out, but hopefully get the big stones all the way to the back. Might have to put another little bit of deck in for an upstand, but I think that is okay. I am very much done for today. My nose has stopped running, which is nice, but it's just bloody sore now. Yeah, hopefully tomorrow should be able to. Gonna run out of decking. Yeah, annoyingly, I think I need maybe one more length. Mostly because there's a split in one of the boards, and I don't want to use that. So yeah, might have to get another length of decking. But yeah, I am really happy with it. It's cool. It's just nice to be able to walk on here now and not have to tread around things. So yeah, alright, that's it for me. See you tomorrow.
Right, it's a couple of days later and I've got a new deck. And I've got a new length of decking to finish it off. And I'm still going to use the other stuff that does have cracks in it. I'll use it for down there where bins are just going to be put on top of it. So not too worried about that. But what I'm going to start with now is this bottom step. I want to move the rocks and put them in place, because it is a big step at the moment and it's not very nice. So I might start with that this morning. Okay. First couple of steps are working pretty well. Yeah, just got to do this side now. So I need to find like another stone like that.
Right, now I've got the steps roughly done, because they're not quite finished. What I do want to do is get some builder sand and just bed them down onto it, just so the rocks are nice and safe, which also means it's going to raise them up ever so slightly, and maybe this step here will come back. And in between here I'm just going to put little stones, because this is actually where the old wall was. Yeah, this is one of them. But today I'm going to finish off this part of the decking, because I have got some more decking board now. Alright, let's get some tools out. Yeah, buddy. $750. Okay. this is now a perfect little spot to come and sit and have your breakfast, have your coffee, watch the birds, and still be able to sit out here and enjoy it in the rain. So I think it's been about a week now since I finished off the decking, and it's holding up really well. Obviously it is going to get a bit dirty, that's fine. I've got my jet wash here now, so I can just give it a good clean. But what do you guys think? Do you think I should paint it, or just put like a clear treatment on it? Yeah, let me know what you think in the comments. Right, I'm going to sit here and enjoy my coffee. So I hope you've enjoyed the video. Do like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.